Nice.
Okay. Okay, then I'll start. Um, we'll be discussing toilet center lines today, and I'll be sharing my screen so that you guys can see everything, whatever I'm referring to. So this is a toilet center line for camellias that I did. This is toilet 4. So first I'll show you these. So this is the set of drawings that I prepared for that. This is a plan, elevations, and these are a compilation of all the shop drawings. Okay. So basically we have to first start. Bhavna, can you take notes? Okay. First, so for you to start these drawings, first you'll have to do some full kitting. Okay. So I'll just tell you the points, whatever you guys have to cover for you to start these drawings. Firstly is the information that you need from site. Okay. So the information you need from site is the actual on-site dimension of the space. For example, in this space, the drawings which you got from camellias, the dimensions were different, and on-site dimension they were like around 20 to 25 mm of deviation in each uh, dimension. Okay, so it's always better to take actual dimensions from site, take that information, and then you start the drafting. Secondly, you need the heights, the on-site height, slab to slab or FFL to slab, whatever. Just note down whatever you're getting. If it is FFL to slab or is it slab to slab. Okay, the on-site heights. Then wherever you have the beams or the sunken areas, you should know that. Sunken areas, obviously, you guys know why it is important. Beams, I'm telling you because there were some clash points while making these drawings was that since we don't have all the information from camellias about the beams, you guys know that. So there were some clash points like, I'll tell you what, I'll give you an example. For example, this is a ledge wall in here. But on site, we had a problem that I'm just giving you an example, okay? So on site, suppose this this was a beam, this was a sunken area. I'll show you a section. It was like this, okay? And I have made the ledge wall here, according to this. So they cannot take the pipes from here. Are you getting me? This ledge wall can only work if the sunken is pura yahan se, right? But if we have a situation like this and I make a ledge wall here, then this area becomes non-usable. For that, they would require, they will completely shut this part off, and then you'll make a ledge wall of 100 over here. Then only they'll be able to take the pipes from the sunken part. So these clash points are important to address. Otherwise, you'll have to make revisions again and again. You guys understood what I'm saying?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So this is the this is the third information you need, that is beams and sunken areas. You'll have to mark them on your space and then do the drafting accordingly. And the fourth point you need from the site is the finish margin. So basically when you're doing center lines, you have to, you can see these offsets, right? So this is the finishing, this is the stone finish. So you cannot do the drafting from the raw wall because your center lines will not be in place then. So another thing which happened with me while drafting this was I was taking a finishing margin of 35 mm, which was 10 mm of mortar and 25 mm of stone. This I was taking like a standard dimension. But later on, I came to know from site that they are taking 50 mm of margin. So they'll be able to finish this level at 50 mm. So I had to make all the revisions again. So it's better to take that information from site, from your contractor, that what is their idea of finishing, what level they will finish at. So this is now 50. I made all these revisions again. In revision 1 this went. So that you don't have to do the work twice, you need to ask this from site. Okay. Then this is the information you need from site. Next set of information that you need is from the MEP guy, or whatever your MEP drawings are of the project. You'll have to coordinate the drainage of the toilet, the electrical points, and you'll have to take care of the HVAC ducts and whatever is happening on the ceiling to achieve the false ceiling level. Whatever is the sunken, then whatever ducts are going up below the sunken area, and then only you'll be able to achieve your false ceiling level. Okay. So basically, for example, here, this is your this is your non-sunken slab, which is running in the entire house. This is the sunken for this particular toilet. Then if you have any HVAC ducts running here, then you'll have to take more margin for that. Then if you have lights, do you guys know what is the minimum you require for these things?
No, Shruti.
Okay.
No,
So
you
for
can tell us. Basically, the HVAC duct and the false.
I'm telling you a general thing. Suppose this is your bare slab. You take 50 mm floor finish. Okay. And suppose from slab to slab, you have a height of 3500 from here, from this line to this. Okay. Suppose you got this information from site that we have slab to slab 3500. Okay. Then you'll take 50 mm margin, or you should also ask this if they are looking at 50 mm floor margin or 75. This depends from project to project, right? So this you'll have to ask. Okay. Then from this slab, suppose there's an HVAC duct running, you'll have to check your HVAC drawings, that if the duct is running through the toilet. If there's a duct running through the toilet, you'll have to see the thickness of that, the depth of that duct. Mostly it is 250, between 250 to 350 mm. So suppose we have a duct of 250 mm. So you'll take 50 mm margin for its movement, and you'll offset 300 from the bare slab. Okay. Then you have fire ducts running. So you'll have to see the coordinated RCP for that. That is there, like, I'll show you the RCP as well. Wait. See. For example, there are clash points like these, where the fire and the HVAC duct and the lights, everything is overlapping. We should obviously avoid such situations, but there are like, this is crossing, we cannot avoid it here. So at these points, you'll have to check if any of these points are coming in your toilet areas. And if it is so, then see, here is this. This is a section of this point. Okay. So basically here we have slab to slab 3502. Then this is your 50 mm flow finish. Now, and this 2804, this 2804 is the lintel level in camellias. Okay. So first I have made all these 3-4 lines which I know of. Okay. Now from this slab, I've taken 120 mm for the fire duct, this one. So now the duct is not 120 mm, but from site we got this information that they need some margin like on both sides of the duct, right? That duct would be like 75 mm, but they've taken a margin of 120 mm. So this is the 120 mm offset. After that, this duct, if you look at your HVAC drawing, this duct is 450 by 300. So 300 here is the depth of the duct. Okay. So I'll take 300, or ideally we should take 350 for some margin. Okay. Then after this, 75 mm to 100 mm maximum is required for the framing of the false ceiling. Okay. So you take 100 mm for that. Then the lights, this light. So basically our light fittings are finalized. So according to this model, I know that the light is 66 mm of thickness, but you can take a general margin of 100 mm for the light. Okay. So you take another 100 mm margin. And here is what you achieve your false ceiling level. Okay. So these are the things that you'll have to take care of while getting your false ceiling levels. So here, right. So this is the coordination part. You need information, whatever MEP information you need. This is it. And about drainage and electrical points, I'll get to it later. Then the third set of information that you need is from your bath vendors. This is the main thing that you need for these drawings. So basically you need, there must be a BOQ for sure for whatever project you're doing. So that should have the entire list of fixtures. Space wise, what I have, I'll just show you. This is ideally what you should have. Just see. A BOQ or a presentation from your vendor. In Camellias, the vendor was Kohler. I am not sure who is Pava's vendors. Do you know?
No, Shruti. I don't think we have half of this information.
Okay, so first you'll have to get all this information before starting your drawings.
Yeah.
So basically from Kohler, we got this presentation, which is space-wise presentation, master toilet, whatever fittings they're proposing here. Okay. And each and every fitting is important here. You need to have shop drawings as well of each and every fitting. So this is bathroom 2. So this is the presentation, okay? Pura bathroom wise. Similarly, we have a BOQ as well. So इसमें से anything can work.
But Shruti,
Whatever. Yes.
अगर हमारे पास इसका वर्किंग ड्राइंग नहीं है, शॉप ड्राइंग नहीं है, but we have the size, but center lines तब भी आ सकते हैं ना?
You have the size.
अगर साइज दिया हुआ है कि इतना लेंथ ब्रेथ है, तो अकॉर्डिंगली सेंटर लाइन तो हम निकाल सकते हैं.
हाँ, but in some of the fittings कुछ technical चीजें चाहिए होती हैं because मतलब you'll need shop drawings for that. और anyways the document if you see जो हमें prepare करना है ultimately उसमें in just a second कहाँ गया center lines toilet 4 देख रहे थे ना. This is the document that you have to prepare. So इसमें you have this plan, elevations, and sorry R2. Plan, elevations, and then all these shop drawings have to be there compiled in this document. तो shop drawing तो होना जरूरी है.
Okay.
Okay.
ड्राइंग में नहीं लगाने के लिए, बस एंड में लगाने के लिए ना.
This is इसलिए ताकि on site there is no confusion. They can directly refer to the shop drawings while working. Okay.
But in our drawing, we'll just एक कोई block लगा दिया and mark the center lines.
नहीं, ये नहीं कर सकते. मैं बताऊंगी क्यों. सब करना पड़ेगा, बहुत सारा काम करना होता है सेंटर लाइंस में. वेट, तो क्या बोल रही थी मैं? हाँ, that you need to have ऐसा कोई डॉक्यूमेंट जिसमें स्पेस वाइज all your fittings are sorted. कौन से हैं? Okay. And you need to get shop drawings of that particular fitting only, because for example in this toilet 4, suppose this faucet, faucet, wall mount, whatever, iska shop drawing would be different from iska shop drawing. And why is it necessary is because jo length hai na iski varies, and when this varies you have to, like ye dekh rahe jahan pe laga hai, this point will
Shift.
vary according to it. If the faucet ka length is longer, you can place it thoda sa piche. If it is very short, you'll have to place it very aage. So iske liye you need the exact dimensions of this length and everything, iska height, whatever it is, you need everything. So for that shop drawings are required. ठीक है. उसके बाद ठीक है, तो बेसिकली ऐसा एक लिस्ट ऑफ फिक्सचर्स, कोई प्रेजेंटेशन, उनके सबके मॉडल नंबर्स होने चाहिए. मॉडल नंबर्स या फिर शॉप ड्राइंग, व्हाटएवर यू गेट. मतलब मॉडल नंबर होगा तो यू कैन फाइंड इट ऑन देयर वेबसाइट, बट ट्राई नॉट डूइंग दैट. उन लोगों से काम कराना. वो लोग बोलेंगे कि आपके हमारे वेबसाइट पे आप ले लो, बट यू टेल देम दैट प्लीज you provide us, because that will waste your time. And mostly sare fittings ke you don't get the shop drawings on the website. ठीक है. So ask them, coordinate with them and ask them for the shop drawings of each and every fitting. ठीक है. अब इतनी फुल किटिंग होने के बाद I think now you have all the information. Now you can start your drawing. So when you start your drawing, first you'll have to draft the space according to the on-set dimensions which you got. Okay. Then you offset your fixed finishes, as in finished level, this one. And then whatever space you get, then you figure out your, whatever your layout is, you try to set your layout in the remaining space. Okay. Then then you start your interior elevations like you always do. This though you know, obviously. It's always good if you have the design before making the center lines, like the design, like these lines, if you can see. If you know what your design is going to be, where your grooves are going to be, then it'll always be better for you to place things aesthetically. Like for example, these grooves I've placed keeping in mind the center for this mirror. So you can work these things out if you know the design. If you don't know the design, then it's okay. You can just, hatch and tell that this is a stone finish and all. But it will be better if you know the design before. For the vanities, AD told me that the design of the vanities in Pavas is not finalized yet. So you don't need to show these things. You can just show a dotted line showing a vanity and a double line for the stone. Okay. Then okay. Now firstly, like make the skeleton of all 4 elevations, or how many I don't know. There could be 5 or more elevations, I don't know. So make the skeleton of all these, and then bring all your shop drawings, whatever you've gotten here. Okay. because anyways you'll have to place them on your sheet also, and you need to refer them while making these. So basically what I used to do here was, like for example, this is the shop drawing of the faucet which is being used in toilet 4. So just scale it properly, like you can scale it using reference. I hope you guys know that.
Yeah, Shruti.
Right. So scale it and make an outline of this profile only, whatever is the profile of your faucet. Don't use a standard CAD block because that will change all the center lines and all the dimensions. So if you can see here, 148 is the length of this faucet from the center line of its main body till the center line of the point from where the water flows, right? So this is 148. So what I did was I made an outline of this. Here you can see in this. Okay. And I know that from here to here, this is one. Oh, यहाँ पे भी सेंटर लाइन होनी चाहिए आइडियली, तो 148 होगा ये. And then I know कि where I have to place it for water to fall inside. I'll show you in this basically this, yeah. So this is 148. This is again, this wash basin is also according to the shop drawing. This is not a general CAD block. This also you'll have to draft according to the dimensions, then place it, then place your faucet, then you leave around 3 to 4 inches of space here. This is a standard thing, 75 mm to 100 mm from your finished level. This is your finished level, right? This. From here you leave a gap of 3 inch to 4 inch, and then you place it and see if this circle, this 148 mm wala point should fall in this area. इससे थोड़ा सा पीछे या थोड़ा सा आगे is fine, but it should not be कि यहाँ पे गिर रहा है पानी. इसके मतलब ideally it should fall इसके ट्रैप पर, otherwise थोड़ा बहुत आगे पीछे is fine. And if 100 mm का गैप छोड़ के this you are not able to achieve this कि 148 नहीं है, बहुत छोटा है, then you'll have to place it further थोड़ा सा आगे. This you'll have to see, like you'll have to figure it out on your own. Okay.
Okay.
Then just, yeah. So ये तो faucet की बात हो गई. Similarly for this WC, if you come to WC, this is the shop drawing of the WC which we are using here. So you'll have to draft this accordingly, like this 554 mm. All these basic dimensions should be, like you can take a block of CAD and you can edit it accordingly, according to these dimensions. Okay, but you'll have to follow the dimensions and then only you can place it. Then this is basically the shop drawing of the cistern, and this is the plate, flush plate. So to achieve the height of this flush plate, what we did here was okay, so this is the shop drawing of the cistern. Okay, and from this shop drawing I have the outline of this. So basically this part will fit on this, so you'll have to make a outline like this and you just place it over here. एंड इसके नीचे का यू नो द डायमेंशन की यहाँ से कितना डायमेंशन है, राइट? 2 2 2 है ना? या आर यू गाइस
हाँ
फॉलोइंग?
जी, हाँ जी श्रुति।
ठीक है,
Yes, Shruti.
तो यहाँ से यू नो कि इस पॉइंट से 2 2 2 पे तुम्हारा फ्लोर फिनिश है, और जब इसको तुमने इससे जोड़ दिया, तो यहाँ से इफ दिस इज ऑन स्केल देन यू कैन अचीव ये वाला हाइट, ठीक है? सो व्हाइल व्हेन यू आर मेकिंग दिस एलिवेशन, यू नो कि किस हाइट पे इसको रखना है, ठीक है?
ओके।
दिस इज द वे टू अचीव द हाइट ऑफ द फ्लश प्लेट।
अच्छा, ई एंड एफ हमारा रेफरेंस के लिए,
क्या?
ई एफ जो
हाँ,
लिखा है।
EF इज मैं बता देती हूँ अभी, ये तुम्हारा लेजेंड है, ओके?
ओके,
All these things are getting fixed in this toilet, so you need to make a list first कि क्या क्या लग रहा है, just name it, and then because हर चीज you cannot label, so इसलिए I've given these ABCD, so you can also do like this, you can make a legend and you can just name everything,
ठीक है।
ठीक है? तो faucet का मैंने बता दिया तुम लोग को, एंड इसका भी सिस्टर्न का भी इसी तरह है. These are some of the points that you'll have to take care while drafting this. Then this height is also important. Matlab everything you'll have to follow the shop drawings. It should all be according to the shop drawings. Then okay. Then for the shower area, here we are going for a rain shower. So in the plan you'll have to, okay. Here you can see this flow drain. This you'll have to coordinate the drainage, as I said earlier. So you'll have to see your plumbing drawings and see where the drain points are coming. So for this toilet, there were 2 drains. One was here and one was this circle, if what you see. Okay, there were 3. यहाँ पे नहीं. Okay, there were 2 only. Mostly there will be 3 maybe. एक toilet, एक WC area पे, एक यहाँ भी होता है mostly. But in this case, I think the water will drain here. And the third is the shower area. So you identify those points, and from your bath vendor you will get whatever drain you are using, like for example something like this. So iska bhi dimensions you will get from them, okay? A linear drain or a drain like this,
Okay.
or a shower drain. Mostly we use in the shower area, mostly we use shower drains which are tile insert. So basically tile insert is what ki there'll be a drain जिसमें बीच में there is a space to keep the tile. So इसमें इतने पार्ट में ऊपर से सेम फिनिश की टाइल आ जाती है, तो ओनली दी स्लिट्स आर विजिबल, ओके? तो मोस्टली वी यूज दीज, सो you'll have to ask your vendor or whatever has been finalized. So according to its dimensions, so this floor drain which we are using in Camellias is 2 feet by 4 inches. So accordingly you'll have to place it, okay? And then we are having overhead rain shower. So it's like these are not anything standard like this 675, but this is according to, like you take a shower, so you know you don't want to stand on the drain, right? You would not want to stand so close.
Yeah.
So accordingly you'll have to figure out at what distance should you keep these things according to your usage. Then if I place it too samne, then it will clash with the door. If I keep it too piche, you'll have to stand on the floor drain. So accordingly you'll have to figure out this. Then another important thing here while giving your dimensions is that you'll have to figure out for what fittings you have to give dimensions from the finished level, and for what fittings you have to give the dimensions from the wall, raw wall. So basically, when you're doing plumbing points, for example, this drain. Now you know that this drain, they will fix it before, obviously they'll need the center line of these drains before doing the finishing, right? Plumbing ka kaam, whatever it is, will happen before the finishing.
Yeah.
So it's better to give your dimension from the raw wall, because they will, like, how do I explain it? Whatever plumbing points they are doing, whatever drain points they are like whatever they're fixing.
At that time, the finishers won't be available with them. That's why
Yes,
they give.
they won't have the finished level for that, right? So from the raw level, you should be giving these dimensions. Okay. And for example, fixing this tissue holder, obviously this will happen later. So you'll have to give the dimension from the finished level. Then giving the center line of WC, you want it to be in the center of this glass partition and the finished level. You don't want it to be in the center of the raw wall and this glass partition, right? Then it will look off center. So you'll have to keep these things in mind. You'll have to basically visualize what you want and draw accordingly. So that's why I've given equal from the finished level here. Similarly for this as well. Your slab will be placed after this finishing, right?
Yeah.
So accordingly, the equal should be from the finished level. So these are some little points that you'll have to take. Like for example, this drain I've given from here. Okay. So whatever fixtures you're placing, you'll have to figure out what kind of fixture it is. Will it be fixed later on, or they'll need the dimension in the initial stages. So accordingly, you'll have to give the dimensions for it. Okay.
Should they in Powers, the floor to floor height is like around 4.5 meters.
Okay.
So the rain shower will be probably at 3,500 meters. Is that an issue? Like from the capacity or the effectiveness of the rain shower?
No, that is not an issue.
Okay.
Now it depends if you're using rain shower only. You'll have to check the proposed fittings first, whatever has been proposed in the toilets. And if they've proposed rain shower, then I'm sure they had this in mind that it is 3,500. I don't think that is a problem.
And I don't think we'll keep the height as 3,500.
Why?
Isn't it too tall for the bathroom?
If you get the margin after placing all your services, if you're getting a good height, then it is always better, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, then in this shower panel, there are these 4-5 things. One is the rain shower, which I told you about. Next is the hand shower. This is the what is it called? A faucet? No. Supply elbow. This is the supply elbow for your hand shower. And this is the panel from which you operate the rain shower and hand shower and everything. So these 4-5 things you need to place, and you need to give the heights and the dimension. So everything here is at the center line, and just this bracket which is holding the hand shower, you'll place it a little towards the right. Okay. and then you need to give the heights for all these, and you can refer the heights from any of these files. These are according to our usage only. So this you can refer from here. What else? Faucet का बता दिया, rain shower ये बता दिया.
Do we include the mirrors as well?
No, if your designs are final, then you can. But if the design is not final, just give a generic mirror, and you can just write mirror as per design or something like that.
Okay. And जैसे अभी जो brickwork हुआ होगा उधर finishing नहीं हुई, so how do we take the कितना finally कितना margin लेंगे वो लोग? Who do we ask that?
Exactly, वो ask your contractor, because मेरे में यही हुआ था. मैंने standard ले लिया था around 35 mm.
Yeah.
And I drafted everything according to that, 10 mm of mortar and 25 mm of stone. But then later on, when we went for a site visit, they said that they'll need 50 mm of floor finish. Stone margin. 50 mm. So accordingly, I had to revise everything, which was quite time taking and irritating. So it's always better to take that information from your contractor beforehand. That how much margin do they require for finishing on all the walls. So when you start your drafting, first you draft your walls, then you take the offsets, whatever you want for the finishes. Then only you start placing your fixtures. That will make your drawings accurate. Then another thing that you need to coordinate is the electrical points, which I told you while full kitting wala thing. So in the electrical points, basically, I don't know what is happening in Pavas, but in Camellias, these WCs are automated. Okay, then we are also having magnifying mirror and defogger and heated towel racks. So all these things require electricity, and you'll have to first check in your electrical drawings that provisions for these have been given or not. And if not, then you'll have to coordinate and you'll have to make sure that you have provisions for these. So basically for the WC, so again, why you need to make your shop drawing valid dimensions only, because here below the WC I've placed a power point for this WC to get power. So if you place this point somewhere side में या next wall पे, then वो तार निकल के उधर लगता रहेगा, which will not obviously look good. So this was an advice from the site कि इसको यहाँ पे रखो, the closest you can keep, so that wire लटके ना. ठीक है? So you need to mention these electrical points as well in your elevations, and it is always better if you also draw out your lighting points in your elevations, so that will make your elevations complete, obviously. Abhi in these drawings, the lighting points are not mentioned, but you should do it. You should check all your electrical lighting drawings you have received from the MEP people, whatever is the final approved or whatever is the latest going on, all the PowerPoints. So basically these only, lighting and PowerPoints, and you should draft these out on all elevations. So this is another PowerPoint, which, so give the heights and the, this dimension. So now this dimension I've given from here, because obviously they'll be installing these beforehand, before the finishing, right? So you'll have to see kiska dimension kahan se dena hai. So similarly, और कहीं PowerPoint आ नहीं रहा इसमें. So इसमें basically मैंने सिर्फ PowerPoints दिखाए हुए हैं, ये दोनों. This one is basically for your defogger. If you're using a heated towel rack, for example, in this toilet, the heated towel rack